there, my name is Alex and welcome to my channel Twill. I'm really glad to see you here. So, how I told you in the last video, we'll do a video on Python, on programming today. I will use the edX site, I will show you in just a minute. So, the structure of the video is you can join me if you want, doing the same exercises. You can pause this video whenever you want and join the site, do the steps I do. I found this program, like this course, let's say like that, really interesting. It's by Microsoft. I don't know if I'm really able to show the videos, because they also provide some videos to explain. I will not show those. I will kind of explain what is in a video, like what is in that video actually, and what happens in that course. So yeah, I hope that you will enjoy this video and let's get into it. Okay, so how you can see on the screen, we have edX here. I just created this account. I will use this account to study and also post on YouTube what I study here. So we'll start with programming. How I told you, it's a course from Microsoft. So you can see here, if I press here. So how you can see, this is an introduction to Python, absolute beginner, because I'm also an absolute beginner. I like how Microsoft, they do their structure of the video. You start from absolute beginner and you go from then you go to beginner and then you go to fundamentals, then etc. So we'll start with this course. Let's go right into it. Here you can see the modules, module 0, which is welcome and pre-course survey. You can, if you decide to use this edX platform, then you can check this out. I don't think it's necessary. So module 1, basics, starting with Jupyter Notebooks. Also they use Jupyter Notebooks as a platform to write your code in, because you will not write directly in edX, you will write in Jupyter Notebooks, which means that you need a Microsoft account. So let's go to this, to start module 1. So module 1, section 1, starting with Jupyter Notebooks, intro Python. Here they say you are getting started with Python, and what are you covering. But what I will cover on Jupyter Notebooks, it's the same as on edX. So every module, everything, every step you see on Jupyter Notebooks, you will see also on edX. So I will use more Jupyter Notebooks and I will surf on that website. I'm asking myself how many times I said Jupyter Notebooks. So let's go to the next page, which is a video on how to start Jupyter Notebooks. How I told you, I will not show the videos. I will click the link first. So actually, when you go into Jupyter Notebooks, you will need to create an account, how I told you, and you will need to clone the notebook. So let's do it now. We'll press on the clone button. Then you have the project name, you can change it, project ID. On public, they say you don't need to have it on public, so I will not check it. Then I trust the content or the contents of this project. That's mandatory to check because you have the asterisks, so I trust them. Then you press cloning. So now you can run your Jupyter Notebook and your programs and everything. So let's press on module 1. You can see here you can have the things that you had on edX first. So getting started with Python, I won't say again Jupyter Notebooks. Oh, I said Jupyter Notebooks again. You have Python, the concept, Hello World. I saw that in like programming, the first programs you write. I saw that in programming, like the first program you write is Hello World. Using the code to write Hello World on the screen is the traditional first program when learning a new language in computer science. Yeah. It's a very simple implementation. Print Hello World. Oh, that looks simple. So, how I told you, like this big button here, it's for a video. It's for videos. So, I will not show you that because I don't know if I'm allowed to. So, but I will explain what they say here. So, yeah. I just checked the video, so they teach you how to write your first program, and they also say you use Python 3, which is the latest. And yeah, like what you can see here in this blue, like with the line, you can see here in the blue box, they actually tell you in the video, kind of, or a little bit later. So here we have our first program. Review the code and run the code, that's what they say. For me to run the code, I will press Shift and Enter. So, and yes, you can see like this is like the result of the program, Hello World. So it works, yeah. So in the second video, they are talking about the hashtag, like what means hashtag in Python. It means like you are adding a comment. When you run the code, they don't print the hashtag from what I'm understanding, and they are only used when you are reviewing the code to know what happens in the code. So let's check if that's true. And yes, you can see I pressed Shift Enter and it doesn't run, so it works. Oh, we have tasks also. So let's do it. Program Hello World with comment. Add a comment describing the code purpose. So we'll use hashtag for that. Hashtag our first program. Yes. So then they say create an original Hello World style message. Like the purpose of this channel is to learn and study. So we'll do it like this. Print Hello learners. And let's run the code. And it works. We just wrote our first program. Nice! So we have here the concepts, like the edit mode, cells need to be saved, and they talk here about how you save the cells, how you create cells. I was recording the second course and I was finishing already with the first course, but my camera stopped filming, I don't know why. So I will come back like on the concepts, and like actually in this part they are talking about how to add cells in Jupyter Notebooks and how to like save Jupyter Notebooks. That's Ctrl+S. But adding cells, like if you decide on studying Python with Microsoft, you will learn this. Like these are for Jupyter Notebooks like shortcuts. So we just finished with our first course and let's get to the second course. So in our second course we'll learn about strings, and a string is a common type of data. Like you can read it right here. A string is a common type of data used in programming, consisting of a sequence of one or more characters. So here are some examples. Also note, but how I will show you and you will see. So also examples here. So strings go in single or double quotes. Also they say you can use single or double, but you cannot use a single and a double, like starting with a single and closing with the double, or vice versa. So you need to, if you start with a single quote, then you finish with a single quote. So let's run that one. You can see like the output is strings going single or double quotes. So they also used print. So we have our first task for the second course, which says enter a string in the print function using single quotes. Okay, so let's do that. Print and single quotes. Let's do it how we did in the last one. Hello Twill. Actually, I changed Twill from learners. And enter a string in the print function using double quotes. And I will switch that to hello learners. And yes, and it works. Yeah, so let's go on the concepts on integers or another type. So we learned about the string, now integers. Integers are like the numbers, actually, without quotes. So you are not using a quote to for the integer. So this is like the printing an integer with Python, and you can see here, because it has quotes, it's actually a string, and here you don't have quotes. So it's an integer, but it's a number actually. So actually it's the output. Here you can see it's the same, but when we will program, like when we'll go further in this course, you will see that it's really important for you to know if you need to use an integer or you need to use a string. So we have our second task to print an integer and print a string made of integer characters, and like actually what they did. So let's do it. Print 1, 2, 3, 4, and let's add a print function, because print is a function, that's how you call it. Print double quotes, let's say 6, 7, 8, 9. Actually it's double 7 there, but yeah. And let's run this. So it's an output there, so it's great. Actually, let me change the quotes here. And you can see it's the same output. So it doesn't matter if you put a single quote or a double quote. But let me show you what happens if you put a double quote at the end and a single quote at the beginning, or vice versa. It's an error, how I told you, so it won't run. Next is variables and storing strings in variables. So imagine a variable like a box, or like how they say here, containers. Like you put things inside and you label that box with a name. So that's how you need to imagine a variable. Here you can see they use current message, I am a string. So a variable is something that takes the string or the integer. So you put the string and the integer inside the box and you label it with current message, how it's here. We'll print this cell. Here you can see you can print like alone, I am a string, without putting the variable, because print takes from 0 to almost infinite variables, I think it's called. If not, let me know in the comments below if I am mistaking or something. So always correct me in the comments if I say something bad. Also here you can see the print function takes out from the box that string and prints it, so it's the same thing. So, and in the second cell you have the same thing. Run this cell using Control Enter. I actually used Shift Enter. I'm a rebel. I'm kidding, I'm kidding. Control enter, it's the same thing. If you use Shift Enter, then you go to the next cell automatically. If you click Control Enter, you remain in the same cell. But that's a thing in Jupyter Notebooks that you will learn if you use this one. So we have task number 3. We need to build a little in this cell. Like they say, we need to print what is in the cell above, which is this one. Then we will need to reprint and assign a new value to the variable. Because they want to show you how in Jupyter Notebooks you can connect the cells. So if I print here, run this cell using Control Enter, then if I put here print message, then it will print the message, or like the value actually, which is in the cell above. So you can actually print what's like in the cell above, and to have like a little organizer or something, I think. So we'll see. Let's finish this task. Then we need to assign a new value, which let's say current. So equals hello learners. Then we will print again current message. And you can see it prints first, like this line, prints what is in the cell above, before, like what we run already in the above cell. And then, because we assigned a new value, it will print the new value. Here also, when you use a variable, then you need to, and if you also give a name, then you need to add like a lower, like this lower, like you can, so when you name a variable, you need to use this lower thingy, because you cannot like put a space between, it will give you an error. You can also use a single variable, like single named variable. It's the same. Oh wait, here, no, because I need to print it here. Yes, so it's the same thing, but you need to put, if you want 2 words, then you need to put like a little line, like that little line. I forgot the name of that line for like now. So in the next part of this course, you can see the concepts, like variables can be initialized with different data types. Below we see item price is a decimal or a float. Float is like a number with dots and 0, for example, like 4.0 or 4.3, 4. I don't know, 1. So that's a float. And the student with a string. So string is with quotes, and the integer, like the variable with an integer, it's also a decimal or like float. That's what I'm understanding. I hope it's correct. Also, it was getting dark here, so I turned up the lights. I hope it's okay with the filming. So let's see what we have here. Okay, let's print so that we can see here the same variable. It's the same, like you first use the integer and then you use the string. And you can see you can assign for the same variable, you can assign the string, like first the variable, then the string, so you can change the data types, from what I'm understanding. So assign a string value to a variable student name. So I will write now student name, that's the variable, and say, let's say there, and print the value of variable student name. So print student name, and it printed Jimmy. So like in this part we are like getting used to this function print I see, and learning about like the integers and the variables, like getting used to the program. Actually, I want to show you something, because I run here like the student name. If I print here, it doesn't matter the comments, it doesn't matter if I have comments or not. So if I write here student name, it prints Jimmy, because what I told you before with the cells. I just wanted to show you and to remind you that. So so it says assign the student name of variable different string value. So we'll do it. I don't know, I'm just like creating names. Print the value of variable student name. So we'll print it now. Print like this, student name, and assign a third different string value to the variable name. So we will do it student name equals Joe, and print the variable. So print student. Also, when you print the variable, you don't need to put the quotes. So that's a thing, because if I would like to print it alone, like the string, I would like to print it alone, then I would have to put the quotes. So let's do it. Laura and Joe, you can see. So in the task 4, actually it's the same thing, but we are using integers. So let me just do it. So I wrote the code, so let's see if it works. So yes, you can see here you can change also between integers and strings. Like you, if you want to give for the variable a new value, then you can also change it to an integer, so, which is nice. They say like the differences between the quotes and without quotes. So if you write with quotes, then it's a string actually, and if you write without quotes, that's when it's an integer. So print integer 1 to 3 number, print. Here I am just writing 1 to 3. You can also see when it's an integer, it changes color. It's a greenish. So print. Now we are printing the string 1 to 3, and put the quotes. And you can see it's the same. So they say also when it's a string type, it's like a text type, and when it's an integer, then it's a number. So yeah, that's it with this course, with the second course. I wanted to do 3 courses for this video, but I don't know how much time it will be, like the whole video. I need to edit it first and see. I hope it's not too long, because I don't want to bore you or something. So we'll leave it with two courses, and in the next video, if it's like the minutes and like the response it's good, then we can do 3 courses. Sorry for changing the position. This is actually my phone. I'm recording with my phone. My camera just shut down. Like the temperature of the camera, it's really high. So this is for this week. I hope that you enjoyed it, and let me know what should I like improve about these videos, what should I like do in another way, or if you like it, then let me know you like it so I can continue doing it. And also, I hope that I will see you next week on another topic. I will do a Python video in a couple of weeks. So let me know if you liked it or not, and see you next week. Bye bye.